Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. It was a cold, dark night in London in the year 1612. In his tower room, explorer John Smith worked on his map-making by candlelight. Suddenly, a group of soldiers burst into Smith's room. He was accused of treason for his part in the overthrow of Governor Ratcliffe in Virginia. The soldiers chased Smith across the rooftops. He slipped, and as he dangled precariously over the river below, Governor Ratcliffe emerged from the shadows. As he watched John Smith plummet into the icy river, an evil smirk spread over Ratcliffe's face. He was sure that was the end of John Smith. The evil Ratcliffe sought permission from King James to send an army to Virginia. He told the king that the natives there were a menace to the settlers, savages who should be wiped out once and for all. Far across the sea, Virginia was covered in the dazzling white mantle of winter. Pocahontas, believing that John Smith was dead, mourned her beloved friend. Suddenly, the roar of a cannon's fire shattered the quiet morning. From the rock cliff high above the harbor, Pocahontas saw that a new ship had arrived from England. The cultured diplomat John Rolfe was the ship's most important passenger. Rolfe had been sent by the king to bring an ambassador from the Powhatan tribe back with him to England. Pocahontas decided that she would be the best ambassador. Chief Powhatan agreed, but Rolfe was puzzled. A woman to represent a nation to the King of England? As she had done so often in times of doubt and confusion, Pocahontas turned to wise Grandmother Willow for advice. "What if I can't bring peace?" Pocahontas asked. Grandmother Willow told Pocahontas, "Listen to the spirit within. Only this spirit can guide you." Pocahontas set sail for England. Her companion was the fierce-looking warrior Utamatamakan. After the ship was underway, 3 stowaways were discovered. They were Flit, Meeko, and Percy. During the long ocean voyage, Pocahontas and John Rolfe got to know one another. They set aside their differences and slowly became friends. When the ship arrived in London, Pocahontas was amazed by the sights and sounds of the big, bustling city. Her delight in her strange new surroundings was cut short when Pocahontas again crossed paths with Ratcliffe. She learned of his wicked plot to send an army to Virginia to attack her people. Rolfe pleaded with the king on Pocahontas's behalf. The king invited Rolfe and Pocahontas to a ball at the palace. If she was as civilized as Rolfe claimed, the king would stop the army. Eager to save her people, Pocahontas learned the manners and dress of an English gentlewoman. Meanwhile, Ratcliffe made sure that the palace ball would be a disaster for Pocahontas. During the festivities, he staged a cruel show where a bear was harshly tormented. "No!" Pocahontas cried. Outraged at the cruelty of this show, she angrily called the king a savage. Pocahontas and Utamatamakan were imprisoned in the Tower of London, accused of treason. John Rolfe sadly pondered the situation in his garden. Suddenly, a mysterious cloaked figure approached. Rolfe and the mysterious man rode silently into the Tower of London. They outwitted the guards and found Pocahontas and Utamatamakan. The mysterious cloaked man revealed himself to be John Smith. Together, the 4 friends outwitted the tower guards and escaped to safety. Hiding deep in the English countryside, Pocahontas finally listened to the spirit within. She now knew what she must do. Pocahontas returned to confront the king. Moved by her speech, the king ordered that the army be stopped. Once again, Ratcliffe was defeated. Pocahontas and her companions had prevailed, but all was not well. Pocahontas realized that she and John Smith were not meant to be together. Smith was an adventurer, and Pocahontas belonged in Virginia with her people. As Pocahontas sadly said goodbye to London and boarded the ship to the New World, John Rolfe surprised her with the news that his true place was by her side. Together, Pocahontas and John Rolfe sailed away to Virginia.